Everyone. Yeah, I need to be more consistent, don't I? Yes, I do. And the excuses don't stand that I don't have time or this or that. I'm just slow. I'm slow, and then suddenly I'm going, ooh, I gotta be. Yes. All right. So, to start this one out with, I saw a good one. And it sounded so good. Don't pray for money. That's not how you do it. Pray for an idea that will serve others to make money. I read that, or rather, it was kind of a video, and I listened to, the first 2 or 3 minutes, and I got, okay, now how is that not? That's to me, in a way, even a more dishonest way to pray for money than to just outright pray for money. The other thing too is I don't think there's anything wrong to say, Heavenly Father, I'm short on my bills, this and that. If there's any way that some money is going to come my way, hardworking people, this, I'm not talking about people who lay around the couch and just smooching off everyone and thinking, I'm sure that there's one more somewhere, one more, you know, how do you say, not project, what's in it? I can't think of the name right now. Subsidy or something that I could draw on, right? So I don't have to do anything and still get, or not people like that. Hardworking people. Sometimes things happen, and you're going, man, I'm going to be a little short this month. There's a lot of people just live from paycheck to paycheck. It's just how it is now, or for many. And to just pray, say, please let me make it through the month, with what I got, and maybe a little help will come my way or whatever, a few extra hours, a little overtime. Okay, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So what was this guy actually talking about? How to get rich? Okay, and so there is a different way to pray about becoming rich than just outright asking honestly, Father, I want to be rich. Heavenly Parent, I want to be rich. Yeah. So I'm praying for it. Yes? Okay. Again, it's a weird one to me. I'm sure a lot of people are going, oh yeah. Well, what have I said in the past? That don't pray for yourself. Spirit world can't really do anything for the tears that fall for yourself, your own self. Prayers for your own self. You pray for others. Pray for others to have enough to survive, sustain themselves. And most likely that grace will come back to you. Yes? And even if it doesn't, what does it matter? So what? That's kind of key when it comes to praying, in my opinion. If it isn't selfless or this or that, so have I. There was many times in my life where I had to say, this is going to be tight. And how am I going to come up with this amount of money and this short amount of time per se or whatever? And I just kind of had faith. And you know what? When you're good to people, sometimes it's just some little thing of just about nothing, that someone comes and asks you to do, and you're going, sure, let me do that for you. And they come back for some reason that made a big impact on them, and they come back and they hand you an envelope with several $100s in it and say, I want you to have that. That's happened to me on more than one occasion. I'm going, no, I'm not taking that. What for? I don't need that. I mean, it's fine. No, you don't have that much either. I want you to take that. That's my thank you to you. And I know that this is how I can do it. And then, of course, then if you don't accept it, then it's like, you don't really want to reject it, right? Okay, all right, all right. Many times in my life, it worked out that way. And not just with money, but with help that I needed with all kinds of different things. Amazing. Yeah. So, yeah, I absolutely disagree with the guy and the way that he gives you a roundabout on how to pray for money. That ain't right either. Just saying. Okay. So let's get going here. But again, I mean, I'm sure to many people that was just the right way to say, yes, that's how I'm going to do it. And no doubt, there are. I found that spirit world, there's an amazing amount of ideas that come from spirit world in all kinds of areas of creation. And what we think we are inventing and when discovering when it comes to different things, not on earth here but otherwise, and then we think that, oh, we did that, but actually it's already all done in spirit world. Yep. I had a little look into, for example, the science department in spirit world. Oh, super super interesting. Yes, now I don't know enough about science to make a whole lot of it, but I've seen on how scientists per se can work together in this amazing united way of producing scientific things, okay, whatever, in a way that isn't destructive and only in the realm of restoration and true productivity. Yes. Okay. That's the best way I can say it. So we are in the book of Proverbs 21. Like flowing water is a king's heart in Yahweh's hand. He directs it wherever he pleases. Oh, dear Lord. That sounds just like what was I talking about with that guy who said about the money? This is like, no, it's not. Okay, whatever. All actions are straight in the doer's own eyes, but it is Yahweh who weighs hearts. To do what is upright and just is more pleasing to Yahweh than sacrifice. Oh. Well, from my own experience, I have to say, if you are upright and just, you will sacrifice. So I don't know what that means. Haughty eye, proud heart, lamp of the wicked, nothing but sin. The hardworking is thoughtful, and all is gain. Too much haste, and all that comes of it is want. To make a fortune with the help of lying tongue, such is the idle fantasy of those who look for death. Oh, wow, that's an interesting one. And that goes right with what I said beforehand, too. The violence of the wicked proves their ruin, for they refuse to do what is right. The way of the felon is devious, the conduct of the innocent straight. Better the corner of a roof to live on than a house shared with a quarrelsome woman. Oh, Solomon, I feel so sorry for you. Not. The soul of the wicked is intent on evil. To such a person, no neighbor can ever do right. Okay, you know what? To me, a lot of that is, it is as if one then knows everyone, and we don't. It sounds just like an excuse again to not deal with the problems we have in the world. Well, that's just evil, that is just wicked, and that is that. It will never be right. It's an excuse. And when I think that this has happened so many thousands of years ago, this is supposedly, they still didn't go and check on that. I really need to. It's very sad. It's very sad to me. Yes? And when a cynic is punished, simpletons grow wiser. How? But someone of understanding acquires knowledge by instruction. Whoa, okay. That sounds like brainwashing to me. The upright one watches the house of the wicked. He hurls the wicked to destruction. Really? Why would I watch the house of a wicked? Unless there's children involved and I know something's going wrong. But that is to save a child, not to. Okay, again, yes. Why would anybody? I don't know how this is meant. Why would anybody do that? Why would you do that? For what reason would one do that? It's not your house, it's someone else's house. Yes, just saying. It's a weird one. Whoever refuses to listen to the cry of the weak will in turn plead and not be heard. Right there. Okay? So if you take those two together, right? Okay. Anger is mollified by a covered gift. Raging fury by a present under cover of the cloak. Okay. Doing what is right fills the upright with joy, but evildoers with terror. I guess. Whoever strays far from the way of prudence will rest in the assembly of shadows. Oh. Pleasure lovers stay poor. No one will grow rich who loves wine and good living. That again is directed, it seems like, at the commoner, right? Yes, we all know what the higher ups are doing. Okay, just. Ow! The wicked is a ransom for the upright and a lawbreaker for the honest. Better to live in a desert land than with a quarrelsome and irritable woman. You had to throw that in again. The wise has valuables and oil at home, but a fool soon runs through both. Whoever pursues uprightness and faithful love will find life, uprightness, and honor. A sage can scale a garrison's city and shatter the rampart on which it relied. Strategist, I don't know about the sage, but okay. Watch kept over mouth and tongue keeps the watcher safe from disaster. Or a coward. Insolent, haughty, the name is cynic. Overweening pride marks such behavior. I guess I would be called a cynic in those days, right? Probably burned as a witch on the stake or something. Or they would lay some kind of a false charge at my feet, that I'm seducing men or something like that. Yeah, I got it. The idler's desires are the death of him, since his hands will do no work. I know a lot of idlers out there in this day, and, well, they are really destructive, and their idleness isn't the death of them. Got so much time on your work, you got so much time on your hands, and what do you do with it? All day long, the godless is raked by desire, the upright gives without ever refusing. I don't know. The sacrifice of the wicked is abhorrent. Above all of it, it is offered for bad motives. Again, so that would mean that one knows everyone to the deepest of their soul. Okay, you know what? The false witness will perish, but no one who knows how to listen will ever be silenced. Ooh, seriously. The wicked man's strength shows on his face, but the honest it is whose steps are firm. No wisdom, no understanding, no advice is worth anything before Yahweh. Fit out the cavalry for the day of battle, but the victory is Yahweh's. So they mentioned God a few times here. I have no idea why, or Solomon did. That's the end of 21. I don't know why. I guess it's, as I said, you got to throw in God here a little bit so that it fits into the Bible or the Old Testament, or rather the Torah or whatever. I don't know. Don't know enough about that. It's just that reading all this to me is just okay. What did I start out with? Oh yeah, Don't pray for money. There's a way around that. Come up with an idea that will serve others and make money off of that. Yes? What do the Proverbs sound like? Who will profit from these? Who profited from this? Who profited from Solomon's supposed wisdom of that time? And if, rabbis and priests, preachers, whatever, are still using the Old Testament and Solomon's wisdom, who profits off of that? Just wondering. If people are happy to be fooled out there, well, so be it. And that doesn't anger our heavenly parents, Yahweh's heart. It saddens his heart, her heart. I always have to go back, way back in the Bible, towards the beginning there, where, which prophet was it? Went to God and said, "Hey, the people want a king." God says to him, "Why would they need a king? I'm not good enough. My counsel to them isn't good enough. They want a king because everybody else around them, all the other nations, have kings, so they need one. Well, then give them what they want." You think Yahweh said that with a gladdened heart? And then what did the people do? Yes? What did they do? Oh, this one was chosen by God. Then that one was chosen by God. When they weren't happy with a king, then they found someone else to be chosen by God. Well, wait a minute, that one was chosen by God. How doesn't suddenly decide that they're not? Oh, okay. I think I made my point, didn't I? Yes? All right. Well, may Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, embrace you with love, and I will talk to you all another time.